Shanahan, he dips his toes in these things, and I don't mind that. I'm huge on you swing the fences at quarterback. You swing for the fences. And the 49ers did that. And I know a lot of people are going to say, man, this trade was terrible and terrible and fireable offense and whatever else. I disagree. If you do not have a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, I've said this 1,000 times, you got to do what you can to get one. You got to. Jimmy G wasn't a top 5 quarterback in the league. He never will be. You go and you try to get Trey Lance, which was the ultimate swing for the fences. I wanted Trey Lance. I made a lot of money on that. If you bet with us, yeah, we made a lot of money on that Trey Lance bet, but I wanted him. It didn't work out. Now you got Brock Purdy. Is Brock Purdy a top 5 quarterback in this league? Whew. That's pretty rich. Can he be? I don't know. We've seen him 8 games, and you're putting a lot of stock into this. And part of me says this whole Trey Lance thing, again, God bless it. It's in the back of my head now. That damn Kirk Cousins. I do not want Kirk Cousins. Oh, man, that hurts. Gosh, I do not want Kirk Cousins. I do not. Olive Oil, thank you for the super chat. He says, what would the 49ers have to get in return for Trey? Before today, I would have said second, or we're not even having this conversation, because I want all these quarterbacks because I want as many dart throws as possible to get through this season. And why would you trade for something now when there's going to be more quarterback needy team once you get to the trade deadline? Right now, everybody's healthy. There's no quarterbacks hurt. None. The market doesn't exist. Supply and demand. I taught economics for a decade. There's no demand. So that tells you the price right there. It's non-existent. Maybe somebody will give you like a 5th or a 6th. What the hell is that going to do? What is that going to do? If somebody offered you a 5th right now, you have to take it. You just undercut your own damn product. God, that was dumb. I don't know what happened between yesterday and today. I don't know, but somebody, whew. Yeah, it's man, I'm seeing all the Sam Darnold propaganda coming out now from the talking heads for the 49ers. That's disgusting, man. And you support your players. I support Sam Darnold. But I'm not going to lie about what he has done and what he hasn't done. I'm not going to do that. And I it makes me sad that other people are going to do that. It really, really does. I don't get that. And I'm guilty. We're all guilty of this when you draft somebody. And like AJ Jenkins, right? Oh, man, we're just going through all the feels. When the Niners drafted AJ Jenkins in the first round, I was like, what the? I was so mad. And so what did I do? Same thing we all do. Therapeutically, you watch highlights. You go through, you look at stats. You justify the move. You convince yourself he's smart. Then he turns down Jerry Rice to work out, whatever. And then you watch the preseason, and it's like, this guy sucks. He never had one catch, and he was a first-round pick, right? But we all were guilty of trying to, all right, let's figure out why. Let's figure out why. And we convince ourselves, like, okay, maybe not a bad trade. Or maybe not a bad pick. Ugh, man. So your first part of your question, what do the Niners have to get to make me happy about this trade? Oh, it's not going to happen. If they got a second round pick, I don't think I'd be happy. I don't think I'd be happy. Would Drake Jackson, getting another Drake Jackson, make you happy about this trade? No. And, I know I listed earlier in the show all the third round picks that went bad or haven't worked out. Maybe you do get Fred Warner. Maybe you do get Debo, a second rounder. Second part to your question, my dream trade would be for the Falcons and get AJ Terrell. I know Falcons wouldn't do it, though. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Steven, that $14 million cap hit in 2024 is the reason Trey had no chance. I'm pretty sure what NC means. Cap hit's big. But then why couldn't you just trade him at the deadline? Why couldn't you trade him before June 1st? Why now? What if somebody gets hurt? And again, let's say Sam Darnold is as good as you think he is. Okay? What if you do have a quarterback injury? Then it's Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen? You're going to carry Brandon Allen as your third quarterback? That makes you a better team now? Come on, man. Yeah, I'm not saying that's what you are saying, Steven. But yeah, the cap hit's huge. And so you're going to rip that Band-Aid off and take an extra 5.3 million cap hit this year? Just trade him, man. Just trade him. Jorn says, I see what you're saying, man. I like Lombardi, bro. I do. Is he does he toe the company line? Yeah, he does. He works his tail end off, and I get a lot of information. He's accurate. I think he does a good job, but we all bring our bias. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I actually like the coverage that he brings, but I disagree with it. And that's the thing. You've got to understand where you're getting your information from and be able to discern, what to take from different guys, right? It- that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's okay. And we'll see. I'm going through the chat now. Some people are not going to be around too much longer. Right here, it's the wave. Does this guarantee an Ayuk extension? It doesn't really help. Well, for next year, it could the less cap space, but that wasn't going to be an issue anyway because the years that it's going to hit don't hit the same time as Debo. The Niners, almost every single extension they do 2 low years. The only time they didn't do this was with Jimmy Garoppolo because they had so much cap space because they were a bad team. They front loaded Jimmy G's deal. Every deal, whether that was Kittle, Armstead, Trent Williams, Debo, and this Bosa deal, there's a 2-year low contract hit, and then it balloons. If you do that exact same concept with Ayuk, you would never have 2 high years of Ayuk and Debo together. Yeah, I mean, again, if you cut him this year, then next year's dead cap space, you'll save about 6 million next year. That's about it. That's about it. So Ayuk's getting done. That's nothing affects that. In my opinion. Eddie G, thank you for the super chat, man. Already excited for Jacksonville and JC. Made it better. Already got my ticket. Can't wait to hang out with JC, Breezy, and meet Frank Gore. That's right, man. I'm so pumped about this season. And there's a lot of things to be very, very happy about. And we've been spoiled that we've had so much success. You go back, you old heads, where you at in here? Do you remember Dennis Erickson? Do you remember Tom Sula? Do you remember freaking Chip Kelly? God, I hated Chip Kelly. And it's just, we're in a good time. And I understand that a lot of people make a lot of money in this industry by just ragging and tearing down other people. I understand that. And there's always going to be a voice for that, whether that's sports, teams, politics, education. I'm trying to think of all the different stuff I listen to. Like, there's an audience for that in our society to tear down things. This team is a really damn good team. And for the first time in a long time, there's a big negative right here in the Trey Lance situation. It sucks. This is not positive. And it's easy to lump in all that negativity and to try to run with it. And a lot of people will. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of retreat and say, look, do the 49ers have a badass quarterback? I think we do. I think Brock Purdy's awesome. Was I wrong on Trey Lance and his time here and what was going to happen this year? Yes. I'm wrong all the damn time. I think Kyle's wrong right now. But that should not subvert the fact that, yeah, anger is a very healthy emotion. Being upset and being mad, that's okay. That's why we love sports, man. It triggers all the emotions. That's a beautiful thing. You go through a whole roller coaster of emotions in a given game. And that's where we're at right now.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.